Hey guys, for today's show I'm going to be talking about TV shows because I love watching TV. I'm an acting student and acting is what I love. So I'm in between classes right now, so I watch a lot of TV. A lot of TV. One of my favorite shows is Legend of the Seeker. It was discontinued after 2 seasons, but it was really awesome. I read all the books. If anybody is wondering, the books are called The Sword of Truth series, and there's quite a few books written by Terry Goodkind. I was ecstatic when I heard that they were coming out with The Legend of the Seeker, which is basically a TV series based off of the books. Although they don't follow incredibly well with the actual story in the books, they do a fairly decent job. I just love medieval stuff. I really do. I just love medieval shows. I think they're amazing. I think they're awesome. There's a little part of me, the little kid inside of me, always wanted to grow up in medieval times. When I was little, I used to play with swords and bows and arrows and stuff, all made out of wood, obviously. It was a lot of fun. Me and my bros would just play and make believe, and I like that creative element. I was recently turned on to this new show called Merlin, and it's not really new, it's in their 3rd season, but I hadn't watched it before, and being a fan of fantasy, I thought I'd give it a shot. It's somewhat similar to Seeker. It follows Merlin, obviously, and Arthur, but it gives an interesting twist. Basically, it's when they're young. It follows them as they become the men that we know from lore and all that good jazz. Merlin and Arthur, and they go through a series of wacky and amazing adventures in which it's really funny because in this one, Merlin is painted as kind of a nerd, kind of a geek who obviously can use magic, but Uther Pendragon is the king right now, and so he's not able to really let people know. Actually, he's not able at all. If he does let people know, he's just going to be killed. Go watch the show if you haven't. It's really fun. Arthur is painted as kind of a jock. Not stupid, he's fairly intelligent, but he's kind of a jerk. A kind of a side of Arthur that a lot of us haven't really seen before, either reading books or watching other movies and stuff on Arthur. He's always shown as, you know, the compassionate guy, the Knights of the Round Table, everybody's equal, fighting for right, fighting for peace and justice and the people. In this one, he's a jerk. He's kind of like a frat boy. If I had to sum him up, I'd say he's a frat boy who knows how to fight really well. So they make kind of an odd coupling, Merlin and Arthur. And the funny thing is, Arthur always seems to get into these binds that he can't get out of, and Merlin, using magic, which he has to cleverly hide, is always bailing him out. So it's a series of just fun little adventures that they go on. Really, it's just Merlin saving Arthur over and over and over again. And then every once in a while, Arthur will come back and save Merlin. But really, it's all Merlin's show. The dynamic between the characters is good. Let's see, Guinevere is a servant. She kind of gets trampled on a bit. There is some flirting going on at this point between Arthur and Guinevere. What else can I say about Merlin? I just finished season 2. As many of you who know me know, when I find another series that I like, I tend to just kind of go crazy. So when I was first told about Merlin, I sat down with a friend and literally watched the entire 1st season in one sitting. Because it's how I do. When I first heard of 24, the same thing happened. I was in the Marines at the time. We had a 96. Yeah, we had a 96, and I saw an episode of 24 on TV, and so I went out and I bought the 1st season, and I literally watched it all the way through. I ordered Domino's. I got the 5-5-5 deal, which is 5 larges for $5 each, and I just got a 12-pack of soda, and literally locked myself in my room by myself over a weekend, and just watched 24, and played some Morrowind. So that was fun. Yeah, that's what I tend to do when I find new shows that I like. And now I've seen every episode of 24, and I own, I think, every season. So that wraps up Merlin. So it follows them as they grow up and as they become the men that we all know. It follows them as they become men, you know, it follows them as they become